Good morning. It's what I affectionately like to call dark 30, a little before 4 o'clock in the morning. Whose idea was it to get the 6 o'clock flight out to Denver? Welcome to my third backpacking trip of the 2018 season. Heading out to the Wind River Range in Wyoming. Mixture, all kinds of mixed emotions. You know, just an awful lot of excitement, maybe a little bit of fear. And then the mind is just racing, thinking about, did I bring everything? Did I get everything for 2 people? Because I'm packing for Christian this time. We're meeting Christian out in Denver, and then we got 6.5 more hours out to Pinedale. It's that time of the trip when you're just like anticipation. None of the memories have started yet. It's all just the what might happen kind of thing. So getting going on the trip, third trip of 2018. Heading to the winds. I've been waiting for this one for a long time.
Going to Denver, checking 2.
Yep. Made it through security. Well, one thing I learned is carrying 2 super heavy backpack duffel bags makes you really sweaty, which makes it like a national security breach when you go through security. I got patted down. I thought they were going to take me back and strip search me. Heading to the gate. On our way to Denver almost.
If there's an XD on your boarding pass.
Well, that's a good feeling. Got both the bags, and they did not get any lighter on the flight out here. Finally getting smarter in my old age. Shelled out a few dollars for this little cart because I figured Travis isn't traveling light either. So I'm sitting here waiting for Travis, trying to figure out what his baggage claim are, because there's 2 different areas of baggage claim here at Denver. You'll notice Cincinnati Allegiant flight that he's on is the only one with no, on this entire board, with no baggage claim number listed. What kind of airline are you flying, Travis? That's funny, Travis. Welcome to Denver.
Thank you, brother.
This what kind of no-frills airline are you flying?
Absolutely.
We don't really travel light, do we? I think we were going for a few weeks instead of just 5 days. Heading to Boulder. Enjoying the mountain views. Arriving at Christian's apartment. Not a bad view on not a bad day.
Woke up, I'm like half asleep.
How you doing? Good to see you.
Glad you guys are here.
This is Travis.
Hey, Travis, nice to meet you. I'm Christian.
Pinedale. That's nice to be here. That was a long day. We made it to the log cabin motel in Pinedale, Wyoming. So now we'll get settled here and then we'll head to the outfitter. They give you good information about the trails. We want to find out how much snow we're going to have up high and whether our route that we've got planned is actually going to be passable. Made it to Pinedale. Feels awfully nice to be here. First stop, Great Outdoor Shop.
it after Hobbs Lake?
Yeah, after Hobbs, you kind of get behind a ridge, and so since it's north facing, it just holds snow a little bit longer.
About 3 feet above.
Really? That lake really rises up.
And this trail is right on the edge of the lake shore.
Can you come up on the rocks a little bit?
Yeah, you can climb
But
up.
you gotta push back through the
Sounds like an adventure.
to get around it.
Alright.
It's always underwater early season.
Right before you cross the river, the Big Sandy River, there's going to be a sign on your left side going up this. That'll say Marms Lake. You'll take a left, and that'll take you up to Fish Creek Park, and then you're literally just straight. Moon River Brewing Company. This is so good. Bacon cheeseburger.
It was good. Have so much fun biking some? Yes, I did. I hope you don't mind getting show.
I think it's just the anticipation of the mountain house we're going to have the next few days that makes that taste so good.
You say Pyramid Lake?
Shadow Lake.
So 20 miles round trip.
So what, we would go up one day to 10 tomorrow and then 10 back, or?
You try it. Guess what? 1,500 foot elevation.
That's not bad. That's what we did on Dragon's Tooth climb.
Yeah.
We start at Big Sandy, the trailhead.
Big Sandy Trailheads. At the junction of Meeks Lake and Big Sandy Trail, we bear left. Go to junction Diamond Lake Trail, bear left. Junction with Fremont Trail, bear right. Enter Fish Creek Park. At 4.1 miles, you're at Mirror Lake. At 4.8, junction with Donald Lake Trail, stay left. At 4.9 miles, you're at Dad's Lake.
It's complicated, man.
At 6.6, you're at a junction with Haley Pass Trail, a junction with Shadow Lake Trail, bear right, Washakie Creek at 9.1, at 10.2, you're at Shadow Lake.
Okay, so 10 miles.
10 miles and you retrace your steps.
What about the Circuit Towers?
It's possible. I mean, it's possible too. I mean, we could come back out and try to hit the other side of the circuit. I really wish you could see Northern Lake, but I don't know, just the 3 feet underwater on this Seneca Lake is scary.
What I worry about is if there's still snow there, the water level's not going to go down. If anything, it might go up.
Sorting through last minute gear preparation. I don't know if you can see everything here, but this is about twice as much gear as will fit in these 2 packs. It's making the last minute gear prep a little bit chaotic here. So I think I've pretty much pared it down to everything we're going to need. This is all the stuff I pared down. It's probably about 15 pounds. I think we finally have a trip planned. It took us about a 13-hour day today and had to get out here to do it. Long first day, Wind River Range trip 2018, but I think it's winding down. Good morning. Welcome to the second day of the trip, first day of hiking, and as you can see, not really a bad day to be doing some hiking. Start of the first day of hiking. I'm pretty excited. Ready to get going. Heart and Soul Cafe for breakfast.
Anything else I can get you guys?
Oh,
That's good.
Good? Alright.
kind of the last meal before hiking.
It's pretty good, man.
Heading to the Big Sandy Trailhead, and we need to read the directions carefully. Dodging cattle. We lost the pavement. Now we're on dirt. We're not sure if we're lost or not, so we're pressing on, and this is what we're in. The good thing about that is it said the road ahead crosses a vast, empty, high desert landscape. And that looks like a vast, empty, high desert landscape to me. By the way, there are no signs out here. You're basically doing it by 27.4 miles from this. Bear left at this particular significance of this bridge is river. I think we know where we are again, so let's start reading instructions. That was more than a little confusing. Getting closer. Mountains are looking good. And that's where we're going to be hiking. Not bad. You don't see that every day. I'm guessing that's the trailhead, and it's kind of hard to believe after that drive up here that there's that many people up here. But man, look at this place. Made it to Big Sandy. Popular spot. Made it to the trailhead. This is the Big Sandy Trailhead. We're paring the packs down a little bit because the new itinerary that we have, we're coming out of Big Sandy, is only going to be 4 days instead of 5. No sense in carrying one extra day of all this stuff. Travis doesn't have the chills. He has the skeeters. So does Christian. A lot of skeeters at Big Sandy Trailhead. We are geared up and ready to go. Wind River Range of Wyoming. Third trip of 2018, and we finally got some just outstanding weather. It is just absolutely gorgeous. Heading up to Shadow Lake for the first night. It's about 10.2 miles, kind of all uphill, but not too bad. And then we'll come almost all the way back here before heading up to Big Sandy Lake in that area tomorrow on the Circa Towers. So that's sort of our trip, 4-day trip.
Yeah. No, it definitely, I would not take a abbreviated.
Habituated bears, black bears reported in Shadow Lake area.
Sweet.
That'd be really cool.
Always better to be safe. Doing a little self-registration here, let them know what we're doing. This is what we find ourselves hiking in. About a quarter mile from camp, just getting started. Smells of the pine forest, spruce, whatever it is, just unbelievable. Hiking along this little stream over here to the right. Beautiful setting, nice trail. Yeah, first major intersection. I was voting for keeping going along the stream on the flat stuff, but apparently that's not the direction we're supposed to go. We're heading up to Dad's Lake. Making our way up to Dad's Lake, and we came upon this little view. Just in case you were wondering if there's some skeeters in the winds. Well, oh my gosh, probably time to get moving. That's always a sign that it's time to get moving when they catch up to us. Taking a break. Travis and I are both kind of sucking air a little from the altitude. We're probably closing in on 10,000 feet. A couple other reasons I stopped right here was actually a nice breeze. But the only place you can stop and the mosquitoes won't absolutely swarm you is if there's a healthy breeze. And then also, that's the bluest sky I think I've seen since the Sierras. Hopefully it'll show up as well on the film as it does here in real life, but it just kind of like takes your breath away. Well, here's a area that isn't bad. I think we're heading to those guys. I think we're heading down to the left, sort of, and then around them. Pan around here to show you what we're hiking in. Man, if it wasn't for getting swarmed by mosquitoes, this is some just unbelievably outstanding hiking. The temperature is perfect. The terrain is easy and looks to be even getting easier because we're heading, I think, right across that thing. And it's just gorgeous. Christian found himself a cool little spot there. Not a bad spot for hiking. Coming up on a junction, heads over to Donald Lake, up that way. We're heading this way to Dad's Lake. Less than a mile to go to Dad's Lake. We're thinking we're going to change our plans again for the third time and actually stay at Dad's Lake and then head up to Shadow Lake tomorrow. We talked to a group of people. We don't think we can get over into the Circuit Tower. It's too much snow up on Jackass Pass. I am getting my first glimpse of Dad's Lake. My assessment is that Dad's Lake is a beautiful lake. I'm thinking this is going to be our campsite for the night. This is really a beautiful setting. And there's a nice breeze too, so it may not be that buggy, so this might be just ideal for us. So we're going to head down the hill and take a look real quick, see what we find. Well, Christian found our camp spot. Really, in most ways, it's perfect. It's a little breezy, which keeps out, there's no bugs. Can't fault the view. So we're on a hill overlooking Dad's Lake. Holy smokes, is it beautiful out here. Well, Travis is trying his new gizmo here. This is a gear test. The, what's this called? Thermocell?
A thermocell.
Bug thing. It fits on top of a fuel canister, and this will be an extreme test of it. See all of Travis's little friends. That's how many friends he has when we're in about a 20-mile-an-hour wind. These mosquitoes are good. We'll see how this works. High winds, high mosquitoes. So not sure what to expect. The ultimate high-def nature TV.
It really is.
It's so wide open.
Because it's so open, you got great views of the lake any direction. You got little islands in the middle, you got backdrops of mountains.
Yeah.
You got
We got it
trees.
all.
And how many people around us?
One guy.
But he's
One
long
guy
gone.
like way down there. Look at all this stuff. These loops that you could put together.
Stay on a different lake every single night for months.
You can even go down here and connect with this loop if you want to do like some monster loop.
Great.
So we were thinking what we would do tomorrow, Travis, maybe is check Marms Lake out. And if it looks like as nice as this, good campsite, maybe set up camp there and then hike up the Shadow, get pictures, and then come back and camp there. That was the hardest part about filtering water with this thing. Walking down to the water and doing that. The rest is pretty easy. Well, there aren't really any trees to talk of or speak of around here. So we got to come up with an alternate plan for the gravity filter. I'm going to use rocks. Okay. Next. Do love that gravity filter system. A lot less work. Thought I'd do a panorama of our first night campsite spot in the winds. Pretty impressive. This Travis. That's our campsite right there. Beautiful day of hiking. Beautiful camp spot. A little buggy. Okay, a lot buggy. Pretty nice place. Well, this looks like mosquito relief to me. Doing a late afternoon tuna wrap. Tuna Creations Thai chili style. I have no mosquitoes on me for the first time in forever because they do not like the smoke. Little mayonnaise. And tapatio. Here we go.
Want to split it?
Nope, go ahead.
Thank you. Yummy, yummy.
Oh, that's it.
Good.
Real food always tastes better on the trail. Travis got a fish. Oh, there he is. Cool. That's beautiful fish. He's a little guy. All right, cheddar cheese spread time. A lot of people have asked about it. That's what it looks like now. That's not what it used to look like before. This is the brand new packaging. This is the first package of the new stuff I've had. As you can probably see, I don't measure precisely, but I think that's about it. Seal the bag back up, mix her around, and set it right there and rehydrate. Cheddar cheese spread time. We've given it a full hour. Setting is okay.
It's alright.
Maybe even a little beyond okay. We're sitting in like a 30-mile-an-hour gale right now. That's keeping the mosquitoes away from our cheddar cheese spread. How's it?
Perfect.
Thanks. You're welcome.
So good. Did you guys eat this on the AT?
One that. We ran out.
It never gets old.
No, it doesn't.
So good.
Keep waiting for the time when it's like, I'm gonna give up on this. It hasn't happened yet.
Huh.
Dinner is beef stroganoff with noodles. The bad news is the winds died down. The good news is the bugs really hate the smoke from this fire. That's why I'm sitting like literally right on top of it. There are no shortage of mosquitoes in the Wind River Range in June of 2018. It's been manageable with the smoke and the wind when we had it, and it comes every once, like there it goes again and all the skeeters are gone, but then it'll die down and you just get swarmed.
Oh, that's gonna be good. Yummy.
About 15 minutes and we'll have dinner.
You see a good spot to hang?
For the hammock?
For bareback.
What about that dead tree right there?
It's not found.
Oh, that dead tree right there is perfect, Travis.
Yeah.
Dinner is served. All right, here we go.
Thank you.
I know. Oh. What a view for us to be going after the bear canisters. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, that'll work just fine, Travis. First try. Wow, it is getting swarmed. This is unbelievable. Travis got the right idea with the head net. But this wow. This is swarm. This is creepy. Okay, it looks like it's gonna hold. Food bags are hung, garbage, everything up there. I think I'm gonna go out of here about 4 pounds lighter from loss of blood. We're heading back to camp. Get in the smoke of the fire. It's the one thing that does get rid of them. Our nighttime scene, getting ready to be sunset at Camp number 1, Wind River Range.
Catches the most fish because, well, I'll get up early and go fish, but I don't like the night fish. He does it every night. He catches most of all of it.
There are lots of little friends that want to join me in here and can't. It's so nice to have a mosquito-free zone for the first time all day. Time for bed. Welcome to day number 2 in the Wind River Range, and to say the temperature fluctuations out here are a little extreme is kind of crazy, from how hot and warm and dry and everything it was yesterday to how cold it was last night and right now. It's probably in the mid-30s. No wind, it's not terribly uncomfortable, but it was definitely got your attention when we were trying to sleep in the middle of the night. Not a bad view to wake up to, huh? Get the day going. We're going to head up towards Shadow Lake today. Probably set up camp. There's a lake short of when we get there, and I think it's going to be similar to this, not far from here, so we may set up camp, then kind of day hike up there. See if I can do this one-handed. Yeah, going pretty slow. I'm going to need to back flush it. The sun is starting to poke its head out, lighting up the scene a little better. The mosquitoes are awake again, and this morning there's no wind and no fire to keep them at bay, so they're having a field day. There's where Christian slept in his hammock. Get a little higher angle view, a little different perspective on the scene. Time to make the Pete's coffee this morning. Only kidding, I'm making Dunkin' Donuts. Thought I'd throw a wrinkle in there. Made Dunkin' Donuts coffee in a lot of places, a lot of circumstances and conditions, but never with a bug net on my head. I don't know if that camera can pick up all of these mosquitoes, but I'm seriously concerned about mixing some mosquitoes in with the grounds. Dunkin' Donuts coffee, start of day number 2 in the Wind River Range. Spectacularly beautiful, great weather, a little buggy. A little. Am I gonna drink it? Oh. Man, that never gets old. Well, I don't know if I got any in the grounds or not, but I've definitely been getting plenty of them in the coffee itself. I'm just fishing them out. Adds a little extra unknown element of flavor to the Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Well, I figured a fire is about our most effective means of combating the little monsters. There we go. Well, the beauty of this over the AT is there's no moisture in anything out here at all. So, well, looky there. All it takes is ridiculously dry conditions, and I can actually make a fire. We are geared up and hiking on day number 2 in the Wind River Range. We left no trace in our campground, and the next occupants of that site will be happy to know we left all the mosquitoes for them. They'll have plenty. We're hiking day number 2. Here we go. Well, this creates a bit of a dilemma. Not sure where we're going to cross here without getting our feet too wet. Cool little stretch of trail. I think it's closing in on that next lake we may camp at. My guess is it's right over the top. This is Marms Lake. We're on Marms Lake. There's a couple campsites on the other end of it. One of them similar to last night's spot. So we're going to the other end of the lake to check it out and see if there's better spots here. And the plan is to day hike up towards Shadow Lake from here. Well, we're at the other side of the lake, the far side. We thought about this spot as a campsite, but we're going back. After much deliberation and difficult decision making, we decided we're going to go back to the other end and the expo spot up on the top of the hill. We'll head back, set up camp, and then do some day hiking. We have found our campsite for the night. This site maybe doesn't look like much by normal standards maybe, but this is not normal out here. What this site has going for it is exactly probably why you're saying that doesn't look like a great site. It's exposed, but because of that there's a constant breeze coming through and there are no bugs. Beautiful flat spots for camping, spots to sit, fire ring, a little bit of firewood, and fantastic views again. Our spot for night number 2 on the Wind River Range trip. Another nice one. Heading out to do some exploring down towards those mountains. You can tell it sounds a little windy, and it really is, but there are no bugs. Some large critter met his demise close to here. Those look like vertebrae. This is Marms Lake, primarily the northern coast of it. Nice little lake. We found our little unnamed lake that we were coming to. A little farther than we thought it was. Well, look what we found. Christian told me to climb up on the trail that he was on above the lake and come out kind of in this open area, and wow, look at this beautiful tree, colors in it. We're heading back to camp. Boy, that was a neat little adventure we went on. Glad we went up. Really enjoyed it. This isn't the first snow we've seen. We've seen quite a bit of it actually. This is the first time we sort of get to walk through it on the trail. Yeah, kind of a port and sign junction. The little exploration we did was up that way towards Cross Lake. And then as the sign says here, Shadow Lake, and actually somebody's written Pyramid Lake, go up this way. Nice little fishing hole for Travis. Getting a fire started, not so much because we need it for heat, as we're all sitting around in 90-degree weather with our rain gear and long sleeve wool base layers on. That smoke coming off of that fire is what we're really looking for. This is our mosquito fighting strategy. Our other alternate strategy for mosquitoes is adult beverage. It doesn't do anything to get rid of them, but it helps you cope with them a little bit. I don't know this person, but he is a man for many reasons. One of them is that water is coming straight off snow. The other is he's being eaten alive right now by mosquitoes. Let's see what his view is. He's taking his bath.
I think that's helping, Christian.
Yeah, because like before when the wind would stop, they would just swarm you. But now it's like if you see one, it's just one or two.
They're all down with that guy.
That would be a dream.
That sounds really fun, actually.
That sounds really fun to me too.
I would love to do that.
It's just a little town, but a mountain town
Yeah.
below Jackson.
Oh, that sounds great.
They might even have a hotel if they were in great fire. So
Well, this wood is
I
just so
appreciate you.
dry.
This place makes you great with fires.
you got no shot around us to really get something
Not
that has
good.
great views.
Not like this.
Because that's what I told Stacy. I said
That's like a painting.
your angle at the mountains is probably better than mine because that little cover at the bottom.
I can only pull one side back. The other is actually part of the anchor system. It's a good looking tent and it looks like it's brand new. And it's been through hell. Like right now. Cheddar cheese spread, packet gourmet round 2. I've pre-measured about 2 ounces of water. About 40 minutes or so, we'll be having cheddar cheese spread on Ritz crackers. This is what it takes to have no bugs in the winds. About 30-mile-an-hour winds and a huge bonfire sitting right behind you that's blowing smoke. Wow, that looks like a...
That was the worst I've seen this trip. The mosquitoes. Like there was a storm, like the cloud just following me.
They're still here. They followed you all the way down to our camp.
I heard elk again though, so I
Did you?
followed the sounds.
I think this is their field up there. And
I know,
I'm really
yeah,
concerned
If
we're going to
you
have...
go tonight, I like ran out of there. That was insane. That was worse than last night.
cheddar cheese spread time. Night number 2 in the Wind River Range. We'll see if the cheddar cheese spread is good as it was last night. Much.
Thank you.
Still good?
Yep. So good.
Little runny. Maybe bordering on a lot runny. It's cheddar cheese spread chowder. Travis has got his dinner going, but we're doing Italian-style pepper steak with rice and tomatoes.
Sounds good.
Got 2 cups of water going in the jet boil here pretty quick, and then we'll have dinner in about, I don't know, 20 minutes.
I just feel bad because it's so expensive.
20 minutes and we'll have dinner.
I'm gonna have to try it because I like varieties.
Big
different.
chunks of meat.
Oh, that's great. Don't put too much.
Italian style pepper steak, rice and tomatoes, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Really good. Well, educational moment for June backpacking in the Wind River Range on a high snow season. The wind has died down, which is a bad thing. So even though we have a fire still going with lots of smoke coming off of it, these guys are relentless. But the good thing is the head net proves to be very effective. If you've got a little hat to kind of keep it away from your face. DEET on the hands. Notice no mosquitoes on the hands. Couple layers on the top with a jacket. My rail rider pants, which they don't seem to be able to penetrate. And I am perfectly impervious other than the sound of that's mosquito strategy for the Wind River Range in June, at least mine, and it seems to be working at least for right now. Here's the other technique: is you try to take advantage of the smoke from the fire and get in the right spot.
It's a guessing game.
Yeah, it's a moving game.
Earlier in the day, you could just walk around and avoid them, but you can't even do that.
Yeah, that's what I was doing all last night. I'm just trying to stay with the smoke. That blew my mind.
It's hard to catch in the middle of the day, but if you go early morning or at feeding time at night,
I like. can't really control that.
Next time I'm coming in with a llama, and it's going to carry one of those big industrial bug zappers.
Good morning. Welcome to day number 3 of our Wind River Range trip. And it's turning out that it's going to be the last day. Modified our plans again. Big part of the reason is this thing and the need to have this thing at 6 o'clock in the morning when it's 30 some odd degrees out and these little guys are still as active as can be. One thing I can say about Wind River Range mosquitoes, they must be really tough. And then this is the time of year when they get to be alive again and they hatch after a long winter and they're hungry. And we're food and we don't like being food. It's a combination of that and Travis is having some knee issues that are getting aggravated as we go. So we decided we're going to modify our plan and head into actually the Jackson Hole area and do some what they call front country camping. Still been a great trip, that kind of stuff. You know, just absolutely spectacular scenery out here. The only downside, I guess, is we wish we could sit and, you know, have a nice cup of coffee without having to have a bug net on and enjoy it. Started day number 3. Gonna get some Dunkin' Donuts coffee rolling here. Get my heart beating again, and you know, notice I need to put some DEET on my hand since I've got 4 mosquitoes sitting right underneath the camera in my hand right now. All right. That ought to tell you something. Went to brush my teeth and there was a skeeter in my toothpaste. I think I better leave the lid on. Why? Because I don't want to be drinking mosquito Dunkin' Donut coffee. Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Gotta drink it through a bug net, but not a bad place to be drinking it. Oh, makes everything good. Kind of doing the gear preparation here. I'm not really sure if all this shows up on the camera well, but these are the conditions that I'm doing my packing up my gear in. Amazingly, they're not biting me or anything. I've got DEET on my hands and they can't penetrate all of these clothes, and the bug net keeps them away from my face, but you got this constant something like this back in Indiana would creep you out pretty bad, but you just kind of go through your chores and you kind of ignore them a little bit other than the constant bzzz. Never experienced anything like this, but it's the same thing as like when you go through a trip of constant rain or whatever. You learn how to deal with it and bear with it and you learn from it. We are geared up, ready, very ready to get going away from the skeeters. Day number 3 turns out to be the last day. Not exactly the original plan, but a good plan, given all the circumstances. Here we go, we got about 7 miles back down to the car. Pretty easy day, packs are pretty light, and weather's good. Plenty of mosquitoes still, so that's a good thing. Marms Lake treated us well for our second night. Here we go, we're hiking, day number 3 in the winds. All right, you ready to go, Christian?
Yeah.
Christian doesn't like the bugs. Just absolutely perfect hiking conditions today. It's going to be a cooler day. I said high was going to be about 55. A little bit of a breeze, no humidity. So much for dry feet. No crossing this one without getting wet. Oh, that water was a little chilly. Got a little bit of an up as we approach Dad's Lake, and then more up after it. We're back at the site of our first night's camp to get a group shot. The view hasn't gotten any less spectacular. Man, what a spot. Ready?
Yeah.
I generally try to avoid out and back hikes, but this one looks so different in the other direction. It's like being on a different trail. It's absolutely beautiful out here. This is kind of the home stretch, closing in on the Big Sandy Trailhead. We made it back to the trailhead. Trailhead's a lot more crowded on a Friday than when we got here on a Tuesday or Wednesday. Just made it back to the car. That's always a great feeling. Well, there you have it. The 2018 Wind River Range trip. The early season conditions forced us to alter our plans, and we weren't able to get back to some of the premier spots we really wanted to get to, but that just gives us a reason to come back to get to places like Titcomb Basin and Circuit Towers. We ran into a few mosquitoes, no doubt, but in a sense that was really a pretty good learning experience for us. The winds offer an endless variety of destinations and trails. I'm sure they're all as incredible as what we hiked, even more so. The Wind River Range, absolutely spectacular. I've waited a long time to get here, and it was well worth the wait. A little buggy maybe, but a great hike.